What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am once again driving and vlogging. I know, super safe. And as a matter of fact, I am driving from work to work because there's two parts of the warehouse. So I came from one, now I'm going to the other, and I feel so good. My shirt, in case anybody wants to know what it says, I like my cat and maybe 3 people. How true is that? Comment down below if you feel the same way, whether it's about your cat or your dog or whatever animal. Speaking of 3 people, yeah. All I could do is laugh because it's so stupid, but apparently I can't say anything because, freedom of speech is not a thing on my own YouTube channel that's outside of work that you don't have to follow or watch. Yeah. If you think I'm talking to you, I am definitely talking to you. Peace. But anyways, so I'm feeling good. It is freaking 89 degrees right now. At least that's what it says in my car. And I am just like overjoyed with the sunshine. And work has been so peaceful. Even though there's a lot more to do, I am up for the challenge because I am perfectly capable. So, sorry if you hear like a shaking noise. My phone is not held pretty well in the thing. And you know what I noticed? Since I do all this vlogging like on here, the shakiness. I didn't take that into account. So people probably watch these videos and they're like, wow, I have to watch this. Yeah, sorry about that. But most of the time that I have, it's when I'm on my way to work, on my way home, or like right now, on my way from work to work. So I take all the time I have to put all the content out there that I can. Yeah. And I'm just waiting for people now to be like, oh my god, it is finally spring, you guys. Like, look at the temperature. It is so nice out. And which, don't get me wrong, I am loving the weather and I wouldn't change it for the world, but it doesn't mean, guys, that it's gonna stick. We're still in early May, and if you are from the Chicagoland area, you already should know that this is spring. Up and down, up and down. Summer, winter, like that's just what it is. So let's enjoy it while we can, but let's also not be fooled into thinking that it's here to stay. Just saying. So the only thing that I don't like about this weather is that it comes with bugs. Okay? And yes, I am a wussy, whatever you want to call me. The driver right now that just picked up for one of the orders that we had scheduled for a pickup today. So he comes in, well, he attempts to come in like the door that like we normally have them come through, the door that we normally use to come in and out of. And I just like shouted at him like, could you come through the other door? And then he's like, okay. And then he goes over there and then he walks in all confused, and I'm like, yeah, sorry, there was like a bee or a wasp or something right by there. I didn't want to open that door. And then he goes, chicken SHI, you know, chicken, shiz. I'm like, first of all, in my head, of course, I didn't say anything out loud, but I'm like, we ain't. So, funny story. Earlier when I was recording, my phone overheated as I was talking about, what was I talking about again? Oh yeah, the lovely weather. The lovely weather, summer weather, aka spring weather. And then it overheated, and yeah, that ended my video. So here I am again, and I just left work, this time for good. Not like forever good, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I was trying to tell a story about one of the drivers that came and yeah, okay, sorry, I was trying to like remember where I left off, but he called me that, and then I was just thinking like, okay, like, first of all, we ain't that close, so for you to talk to me like I'm your buddy or something, you could go ahead and not do that. And then also just in general, like, even if like I am close with people, I cannot stand it when people are like, oh my god, how are you scared of bugs? How are you scared of insects? How are you scared of blah blah blah, little crawling things? You're so much bigger than them. Alright, rant time. I have a phobia. It is called entomnophobia, and that means that I am phobic, not scared, but phobic of all bugs and insects. Okay, all of them. That literally goes from like an ant to a butterfly to a tarantula to a cicada. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm a phobic of all of them. And I even went to therapy on this, guys. I did. And I mean, it's not anything to be ashamed of, because people go to therapy for all kinds of things, and one of them include phobias. And phobia, like having a phobia, is a form of anxiety anyway, which we all know I have. So I've pretty much been phobic of them my whole life, but definitely, like, growing up, as I get older, I get more and more phobic. So of course there's a freight train, to be continued. Okay, so apparently the universe does not want me to make this video today. Freight train gone. Still have to deal with the shakiness and probably the sound from my vents, but hopefully I could talk over that. Okay, so like I said, phobias, they are a real thing, whether people want to accept them or not. They are. And what happens is, a lot of people have phobias and they don't even know how to identify it as a phobia, because maybe they don't encounter whatever they're phobic of, like, as much as I encounter bugs and insects. A lot of people, I mean, this is like a big chunk of humanity, I would say, are either terribly terrified or phobic of mice, rats, and snakes, and even maybe some other reptiles too. So, and sharks, jellyfish. I mean, the list goes on, right? But how often do we encounter these things? Depending on where you live, maybe, like, maybe sometimes more often than I think, but I think for the most part, not that often. So you don't really have to deal with the anxiety, the phobia. You just don't. I wish I would trade with anybody to be phobic of those things, but I'm just not. Like, I think mice are cute. I would have one as a pet for sure. Rats don't bother me. I don't find them cute necessarily, but I don't find them disgusting or scary or anything. I mean, they may be dirty, but what rodent isn't, you know? Like, I mean, it's from the outside, it's in the wild and stuff like that. Like, even stray cats and dogs could be considered dirty. So yeah, I'm not scared of those. I am not scared of any kind of reptile. And I mean, I probably am scared of like sharks and jellyfish and stuff like that, because I have that other phobia. I don't know what it's called, but the one where you're like really fearful of the, like, I don't even know how to explain it, guys. The thing like in the water, like the unknown, basically, of the wide open water, like oceans. But again, I don't have to really encounter it. Like, if I do see an ocean, if I am present with an ocean, I could put my feet in, get them wet, I could go in as far as I want to, and it's in my control, you know? Like, if I go in, that's my fault. If I go in way too deep, that's my fault. Even if I get on a boat and an accident happens and I end up in the water next to a freaking shark, that again is my fault, because I made that choice to do that, with there always being the risk of that happening. So back to my phobia of bugs and insects. I cannot help that they are around all the time whenever the weather gets nice. I can't do anything about it, no matter what. I mean, like, even if I use the sprays and, you know, all the things that people say, like, are to rid of certain types of insects and bugs, like, you know, roach spray and this and that. Like, I mean, of course you could do that. You could keep a clean house. You could do things that are proactive so that you don't have to encounter certain bugs, or at least not a lot of bugs. Of course, dust, just keep your house clean, sanitized, whatever. Obviously, if you leave food out, that's going to attract them, so don't do that. So I am conscious of those things, but when it comes to just being outside, I can't help it that there's like a freaking bee or a wasp or any kind of flying insect, like, coming at my face. Like, I can't do anything. I could wear less perfume or no perfume. I could not have my hair be like fruity smelling. I could wear certain type of clothes that don't attract like moths and mosquitoes, because I learned that they're attracted to certain materials and colors, which is interesting. But aside from that, guys, like, you can't really get away from bugs. They're everywhere, unfortunately. So when we're talking about phobias, I feel like my phobia is worse. And yes, that is my biased opinion, but that is, I feel like, pretty validated by what I said. My little rant that I just went on, I mean, that whole spiel, that was to come to that conclusion. Like, my phobia is worse than your phobia if you're just afraid of water. You know, you don't have to go in the water. No offense to my husband. I know I just exposed him, but he's phobic of water. But, you know, like, I would hope that everyone gets what I'm saying, but also I think a big chunk of people don't understand what phobias are, and that's the main issue. Because it's not just that you're scared, it's not just that you're being like a wimp or something, or like, you know, a lot of people like to be like, oh, like, you're so girly, oh my god, like, are you scared of a ball too, or are you scared to break a nail? Like, no, I don't have nails. No, it's nothing about that. It's not that I find them gross, although I do, but I mean, that's not why I'm, like, terrified of them. I'm petrified of certain ones more than others. And back to my therapy thing, when I went there, I did not graduate from therapy because I'm obviously still phobic. The whole point was to come out of that, and I had to put in the work. I did not do it, so there goes that. But I was able to get something out of it, at least. Like, there were like identifiers of like easy bugs, medium bugs, and hard bugs for me, bugs or insects, that I like compiled into, you know, those categories. And there were things that we talked about, like having a, I believe she called it a safety net. There's certain things like, you know, maybe having my husband come help me, like, open the door late at night when there's a bunch of insects that are like flying around because of the light and, you know, the humidity and stuff. They're attracted to the light, so it's like right above my entry door building, so I'm like, okay, this is awesome. So yeah, I'll like tell him like, hey, can you come downstairs, open the door for me so I could run inside, things like that, like safety net, you know. And, you know, she was trying to like say like, you should try to not use a safety net, basically, because you depend on that, and the more and more you depend on that, the less and less you're gonna be able to face your fears, because that's the whole point. You have to face your fears in order to overcome them. But do not mistake that fears are not phobias, and phobias are not fears. Phobias are an irrational fear of something. So when people are like, how can you be scared of this? It's this big and you're that big. It makes no sense. You have no you have no like validating reason to say that. Like, you just don't. You sound stupid. Like, seriously, I get that so fucking often that I just want to choke people. It's like, no fucking shit. I know that I'm bigger than an ant. I know that I'm bigger than any fucking insect. I mean, I would hope that there's no insect bigger than me. Like, it's so stupid. What a dumb argument. Like, thanks, Captain Obvious. That was really helpful. No, like, that's like me saying that, hey, a mouse is only this small and you are that big, so why are you scared of it? Like, you wouldn't like that. So don't fucking do that to other people, okay? Are we clear here? Just because a phobia doesn't make sense to you doesn't mean that it's not valid, and you wouldn't want somebody to judge you based on your phobias. So basically, stop being judgmental and shut the fuck up. Okay? I think I pretty much covered everything. The topic obviously was about my opening up about my phobia, and that is the only phobia I really have, because like I said, the one, whatever it is about the ocean, like the unknown and stuff, that is there. But again, I could control that by not entering the ocean. Like, you know, if I come into contact with it, that's my own damn fault. So Antonophobia is what really affects me in my day-to-day life and whatever that I do. Fortunately, living in Chicago, the one good thing is they only are here for less months of the year than they are not. Does that make sense? They're here less months. Okay, I don't know if that made sense. Because we only have, like, you know, we have the up and down weather in spring. We have some of that also in fall, what they call Indian summer. And then actual summer lasts only like a couple months. So majority of the time it's too cold during the year for them to live and thrive. And I mean, they don't like die. I don't know where the fuck they go, but if there is a hell, I wish they would all go to hell. But anyway, that is something that I am not looking forward to. I know everyone is just loving the weather and they're ready for it, and I get that. I really do. But I am not so much. I love the heat. I love the humidity. I love everything about it. Like the things that you could do in summer and, you know, that you can't on the other month. In the other months, I can't even talk. But like I said, with all that, with all the positive stuff, comes my lovely phobia. Yeah. That's why I choose winter over spring, and fall is my favorite season. Okay, but summer would be my second, only because, like I said, there's things that are like open and available to do that are not in the other seasons. And then there's no snow. I hate snow, and I hate the cold too. But it's like one of those things that's like cold bugs. Like, I don't know which one I hate worse. I don't really know. But anyway, I got to my point, and I hope you enjoyed my video. All 17 subscribers. I see that I still have 17, which pretty much means that I have a snooper. And that's cool. You're giving me more support. So the more views I get, the better off I am. So I don't care. Keep on following me. Keep subscribing. You know what? Give me some thumbs downs. Give me some hate comments. Do what you want, boy. But anyway, subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video if you liked it, and leave a comment down below if you have anything that you want to talk about, your phobias. Maybe there's other phobias out there that I'm totally unaware of and would be cool for an open conversation. I would love that. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.